So, good day, ma'am. I am Arnel Peligrino, and I am here to report the Chapter 10, which titled Laws Regulating Restaurant and Other Tourism-Oriented Establishment. So, the learning objectives in this chapter is to enumerate the responsibilities of a restaurant or similar establishment, identify the laws that governs restaurant caterers, bars, health and fitness clubs, spas, and entertainment outlets. And last is cite examples of issues and problems that may arise in restaurant, bars, and other tourism-oriented establishment. So, the Philippines has been known to be a country rich in arts and culture. That is why the arts and letters remain under the patronage of the state, which must be concerned in the protections and enrichment of our culture. So, under the 1987 constitutions, there are provisions designed to widen and popularize culture and artistic creations and provide cultural opportunities. So the culture of our country is depicted in the various museums, building structures, galleries, restaurant, entertainment establishment, parks, churches, retail shops, and health and fitness clubs around the country. So this chapter deals with laws regulating restaurant and other tourism-related establishments that supports our country's free artistic and intellectual expression, which eventually leads to dynamic evolutions of a Filipino national culture. So, nature and descriptions of business. So, a restaurant is any establishment offering to the public refreshments and or meals. Bars and pubs may also be classified under this generic category. So a department store is a store that sells or carries several lines of merchandise and that is organized into separate sections for the purpose of promotion, service, accounting, and control. So a spa is an establishment that has a holistic approach to health and wellness, rest and relaxation that aims to treat the body, mind, and spirit by integrating a range of professionally administered health, wellness, fitness, and beauty, water treatment, and services. So a shop is a small retail establishment offering a line of goods or services. A sport and recreation club or center is any establishment offering sports and recreation facilities to tourists and to general public. Gyms, clubs, dance studios, theme parks, cinemas, theaters, and concert halls fall under this category. A museum is an institutional establishment where a collection of valuable objects and artifacts on history and cultures, arts and sciences are put on exhibitions for the general public. So a karaoke bar is any establishment offering karaoke and videoke facilities to tourists and to the general public. A gallery is any establishment that has a formal space for exhibition of paintings, sculptures, prints, photographs, potteries, and mixed media works. Tertiary hospitals for medical tourists is an institution that provides clinical care and management as well as specialized and subspecialized forms of treatments, surgical procedures, and intensive care. Medical tourists involves traveling for the purpose of availing health care services or treatments of illness and health problems in order to maintain one's health and well-being. So, restaurant. The locality and environs including approaches shall be with proper ingress that facade and architectural features of the building shall be appropriately designed. There shall be an adequate secured parking space provided for free to customers. A receptionist shall be available to usher guests. A waiting lodge with a telephone shall also be provided. So restaurant may take many forms such as casual dining restaurant, fine dining restaurant, then fast food or quick service restaurant, cafeterias, and brasseries. Example of bars and pubs are Blue Onion, Ratsky, Klonsky, Embassy Bar, and Paddy's Point. So, shop or department store. The establishment shall be fronting in a major street or through fair or is situated in a shopping center or mall. The entrance and display window shall be attractively designed and adequately illuminated. The furniture and decor of the establishment shall be presented and functional at all times. The shop should be fully air-conditioned. Well-maintained restrooms should be provided by the establishment itself. In the event that the shop is located in a shopping mall or commercial building, the common or public restroom shall be made available to the client or visitors. In case of a department store, it should be in an edifice or a building or maybe part of a shopping mall or center. A parking area should be made available to clients and there should be appropriate directional signs. Sports and recreation center. These include theme parks and amusement parks. These also include health and other fitness establishment. Spas are governed by different accreditation standard. Examples of sports and fitness centers are Makati Sports Club, Slimmers World International, and Manila Southwoods. Example of theme parks are Enchanted Kingdom, the Manila Zoological and Botanical Park, and 8 Waves Water Park. Example of cinemas are Greenbelt Cinemas, SM Cinemas, and Ever Gotisco. Example of theaters are William Shaw Theaters, Cultural Center of the Philippines, and Theater in Fort Santiago. So, museum. The institution should be a member of the National Committee on Museum. The locality and environs including approaches should be pleasant with proper ingress and ingress. The facade and architectural features should be appropriately designed. Adequate and secured parking space for customers should be made available. Adequate security should be provided at all times. A well-informed receptionist should be available to usher guests. A waiting lodge with a telephone should be also provided. There should be conference and auditorium provided with audio-visual equipment and made available to the public. There should be an adequate and equipped library which is made available to the public. There should be adequate and accessible toilet facilities provided separately for male and female with toiletries provided. So examples of museums are the National Museum, the Provincial Museum of Iloilo, the Ayala Museum, and the San Agustin Museum. So, spa. Spa are classified according to day spa, hotel spa, club spa, destination or resort spa, cruise spa, rehabilitation spa, and hospital spa. The spa should be provided the following service. In addition to other spa-related amenities which it may offer massage, steam, sauna or water baths, and spa treatment. Laws regulating caterers. A caterer is defined as a person, firm, or associations providing food and supplies and sometimes services for parties, weddings, and other social functions. A caterer is defined as a provider of food and provisions. So there are two kinds of catering services. On-premise catering. In this type of catering, the caterer has his own banquet hall with an attached kitchen on production area. Off-premises catering. For this type of catering, the caterer brings the complete service to the customers. So it is a kind of banquet operation that takes place in venue chosen by a client or in an airline, boat, industrial site, and other places. So these banquet services caters to various types of functions such as wedding, social event like parties, debut, anniversaries, and the like, seminars, trade exhibits, and other events. So business entities engaged in the catering business may be organized as a single proprietorship, a partnership of a corporations. There are no standard requirements for the accreditations of caterers by the Department of Tourism except when putting up a restaurant. Caterers are subject to value-added tax. So Food Caterers Associations of the Philippines. So the Food Caterers Association of the Philippines, or FICAP, is a group of catering companies with the need to professionalize the industry and serve the needs of the Philippine catering industry. The association has managed to attract a diverse network of renowned allied members who represent the food manufacturing, food distribution, audio system, floral, photo, and wedding planning industry. So benefits of IFCAP members are the opportunity to network with the best minds in the catering industry, expansions of catering business by showcasing itself to several prestigious events, to learn through interchange of ideas and educational programs, to keep abreast of the latest trends in order to keep business operations at optimum speed, to uplift the standards of food services to greater heights by growing with IFCAP as it moves toward the dream of professionalizing the Philippines catering industry. Retail and trade law. So the Retail Trade Liberalizations Act of 2000 was enacted on March 7, 2000, which specifically repealed Republic Act 780, otherwise known as the Retail Trade Nationalizations Law. The act defines retail trade to cover any act, occupations, or calling of habitually selling direct to the general public. So merchandise, commodities, or goods for consumptions, but the restrictions of the act shall not apply to restaurants, incidents to the hotel business. So by way of comparison, the Consumer Act of the Philippines defines consumers' products as goods which are primarily for personal, family, household, or agricultural processes, which shall include but not limited to food, drugs, cosmetic devices, vandalism, or malicious mischief. So Article 3 to 7, who are liable for malicious mischief, any person who shall deliberately cause to the property of another any damage shall be guilty of malicious mischief. Article 3 to 8, special cases of malicious mischief, any person who shall cause damages to the National Museum or National Library or any archive or registry shall be punished. So Article 331, destroying or damaging statues, public monuments, or paintings, any person who shall destroy or damages statues or any other useful or ornamental public monument shall suffer the penalty. Any person who shall destroy or damage any useful ornamental painting of a public nature shall suffer the penalty. Poisoning. So Article 264, administering injurious substances or beverage. The penalty established by the next preceding article, serious physical injuries, shall be applicable in the respective cases to any person who, without intent to kill, shall inflict upon another any serious physical injury by knowingly administering to him any injurious substances of or beverages, or by taking advantage of his weakness of mind and cruelty. Article 265, less serious physical injuries, any person who shall inflict upon another physical injury not described in the preceding articles, but which shall incapacitate the offended party for labor for 10 days or more, or shall require medical attendance for the same period. So Article 266, slight physical injuries and maltreatment. The crime of slight physical injury shall be punished by arresto minor when the offender has inflicted physical injuries which shall incapacitate the offended party for a labor from 1 to 9 days, or shall require a medical attendance during the same period. By arresto minor, or a fine not exceeding 200 pesos can censure with the offender has caused physical injuries which do not prevent the offended party from engaging in his habitual work, nor require medical attendance. So, thief. Article 308, who are liable for thief. Thief is committed by any person who, with intent to gain but without violence against or intimidations of persons, not force upon things, shall personal property of another without the latter consent. Article 310, qualified thief. That crime of thief shall be punished by the penalties next higher by 2 degrees if committed with grave abuse of confidence. Article 311, thief of the property of the National Library and National Museum. If the property is stolen being any property of the National Library or National Museums, the penalty shall be arresto mayor or a fine unless a higher penalty shall be provided under other provisions of this code, in which case the offender shall be punished by such higher penalty. And that's all. Thank you.